The things nobody cheers for, and the reasons players make it to the next level. So, today I want to talk about the invisible skills that separate players. So, what we're going to talk about are all the things that happen on the baseball field that nobody cheers for, and people that don't really understand baseball don't understand is even happening. But these little things, these nuanced moments in the game of baseball are what separate good players from great players. Especially as you move through the ranks where the skill level, as you get older, the skill level kind of evens out and everybody's the same strength physically. They throw about the same speed, they hit the same exit velocities. And the things that separate, starters from bench players are guys that do all the little things well. And the things that I want to focus on in this and challenge you when you go to your next game to watch players. Don't watch the ball, watch off the ball, right? So look for backup responsibilities. Is the right fielder backing up a pickoff play? Is the third baseman backing up the pitcher from that pickoff play after it was thrown to first? Are we backing up there? Like those small details where we put a backup on each throw creates extra bases and extra runs. Now, I'm sure many of you have seen an overthrow pickoff turn into a triple at youth baseball. Okay. That's normally because we get an errant throw, we get a bad pick, a bad scoop, or I should say, we're not backing up that play properly. So those little things of backing up plays, knowing your duties and responsibilities on play to play are very, very important. The next part of this that I really see, and it's something that my team, I'm coaching a 14-year-old team right now that has a bunch of guys who've never really been coached at a high level. They've always been able to just be talented enough to win at the lower levels with poor techniques. So we're focused on with guys that are having bad reads and bad reactions to plays because they're not anticipating the moments, right? So they get a pass ball and they take a poor lead or they get a poor jump or even just on stealing and reading pitchers. They're not seeing the first movements that they should be breaking on, and they're almost taking like a second before they even break because they're not sure when to go. So, like for me now as a coach trying to prepare these guys for high school, I'm having to go back to some very, very basics and teach them how to take live reads off pitchers, how to anticipate pass balls, and how to understand when a pitcher's in a curveball count, when he might want to waste a pitch, and why we might want to expand our secondary in that moment in case the ball squirts away from the coach or from the catcher. So there's a lot of things like that that don't get taught and don't get picked up by weaker teams or weaker coaches or weaker players. But when you go watch a good team play, they're going to do all of these things very, very well. Okay. One of the other big things that I see right now is kids having approaches to the plate. So I don't see a lot of kids have an approach at the plate unless they're taught to, right? They go up and they just want to see a strike and hit a strike, or they're just up there swinging, but they don't really have a plan on, I'm trying to get a pitch middle away so I can drive it between first and second base to score the runner from second, right? I don't see guys go up with that mindset to what can I do in this moment to contribute to scoring a run or getting on base or moving runners. Everybody's up there just to hit, right? And they're trying to hit doubles and get base hits to round up their stats, and they're not learning how to execute correct standard baseball plays that win games at the highest levels. So again, having that approach, understanding situational baseball and how to execute it is a skill that we need to do a better job at teaching. And then also in decision making, right? Guys running from first to third, knowing when they should try to tag up or should they go halfway or what that means. Um, Teaching guys how to make decisions in the game takes time and discipline. So, like my team on Thursday night, we're going to practice outside. We're going to take the machine out and we're going to basically take batting practice for 2 hours with guys rotating through. But the batting practice is just the method for me to be teaching base running situations, advancing from first to third, scoring from second to home, and then teaching the defense how to counter those with proper relays, proper communication, things of that nature. So it's going to look to the layperson like batting practice, but it's going to be the farthest thing from the truth of what we're actually teaching, right? We're going to be teaching the small stuff, right? I want you to take your good leads. I want a good secondary. I want you to react instantly and recognize it a line drive that we freeze. It's a ground ball that we have to move up. Is it a pop fly that we have to shuffle, go halfway, or do we return to tag? It's the decision making process that we want to teach and practice, not the execution of just hitting off a machine, right? So focus on those things, and those individual skills will separate again. So, as coaches, as parents, I want to encourage you. Please go out and start teaching the game of baseball. Teach the nuance of it. Teach the small things that separate good teams from great teams. And don't just let your athletes be more athletic than the other team. Teach them how to play the game and do all the duties and responsibilities that each position is responsible for. And not only you're going to have much better teams, you're going to create much better players that play this game longer, have more fun doing it, and could extend their career by years if you teach them how to do the small things that nobody sees. Guys, I appreciate it. I'll see you again next time.